Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Groundhog Gameplays here. Uh, we are gonna do a tutorial on this is there's better tutorials on how to run Vinci Resolve. This is version 18.5, so it might be more up to date. But anyway, we don't have a project ready to go. We're gonna open up a random one, and I'm gonna show you how I would edit my videos. So we have one or two options. We can open, let's see, import, we're gonna go to my folder here. I may or may not have to blur stuff out here. So, like, I'm gonna take like a random video from my recordings, and let's see. Um, let's do this. Do I have anything in here? Yes, I do. Okay, what is this video here? Hold up. That is not okay. Clearly, I gotta reorganize my. Oh wait, that's not Halo. That's. I thought I opened up the Mario Kart folder. My bad. All right. All right. So here's a Mario Kart video I recorded recently. By recently, yeah, I mean like about a couple weeks ago. It's gonna open up into here. That's all I normally do. It's just probably an easier way to do it. Like new project, and let's see, import. No. I guess not. I guess you have to drag it in there like that. Otherwise, I'm sure you could probably put like a folder up here, and you can select your stuff from that. And then going from here, this is the cut tab. So this is going to be basically the raw file right here. We're gonna, for simplicity's sake, we're gonna skip color correction in this video. That is not really important for content creation unless you want your video to look crisp, clear, and as color accurate as you can. Because everyone's computer monitor and or TV and or phone has different color settings, etc. So what is on this display right here? And by the way, I have this laptop calibrated it to the best that it's able to do. So we're not going to do the color correction tab. We're going to go to the edit tab. And this is the free version, by the way. There is a paid version, but you do not need. Excuse me. You do not need that unless you're going to get very serious into video editing. That is Hollywood level quality stuff. You don't need that. Period. The free version will suffice, and it will tell you what is locked behind the paid version. So that being said, here's how I go. Like we're gonna cut. Let's see. We're gonna cut this part out. Like right here, for example. I think I use Waluigi this whole time. I think. Therefore, I am. Yeah, I did. So I am going to do like I'm going to skip the tab. I'm going to skip going into this part. Like right. I'm going to skip to maybe right here. Like basically, what I'll do is I'll take this tool right here. I'll click this. This is blade edit mode, and I'll do like if I feel something is unnecessary for video content, and these black bars right here on the side here. This is not part of the video. This is just how it displays in DaVinci Resolve. What's inside the window here That'll be full. That'll be full 1280 by 720. I record my videos in either A 720p 30 frames per second or B 720p 60 FPS. That depends on the game. If it's a 30 FPS, if I know it's 30 frames per second, I'll record in 30 frames per second. If I know it's in 60 frames per second, I'll record in 60. So that being said, we're gonna take this blade edit right here. I'll do this, and then as an example, I'll cut this part over here. I mean, some people may want to see the title screen and stuff loading up, but if I want to speed things along, if there's unnecessary stuff, I'll do that. I'll click, like if I'm doing commentary, like right now, if I make a mistake or I go too long without talking and there's no actual gameplay going on, like if I'm trying to figure shit out, I will either cut that part out or speed it up so you guys can see my trial and error. So we're going to do that. That's already selected, right? Yes. Okay. And then I do this. Ripple cut. Boom. Gone. And then I can, up here, I can watch the raw edit, the raw video right here. This is not color corrected or anything. So if I want to speed something up and not cut anything out, I can go, I'll select regional versus race, and then I go right here, I'll take blade edit, and I go right here, and then I'll scrub along right here until I've, looks like I've selected my stuff. And if I want to cut out the spectating race, I mean that's an entire race right there. So I could, oh, that's 2 out of 3 laps. I don't really need to speed that up that much. So I can go like right here. If I just wanted to speed up the character, or picking the cart parts, etc. If I wanted to just do that, I could cut to right here and just speed this up by like 200%. So what I'll do is for that, I'll highlight that, and then I'll go to right click it, by the way, with your mouse. If you're on Windows, I believe it's the same on Mac. I don't know. I don't use Mac. I probably never will. I should, but I never will. So we'll go to clip speed. All right. Ripple timeline. Ignore the double clicking. I am single clicking. Unfortunately my wireless mouse is starting to show signs of wear and tear, and it's starting to double click on its own. So change it to like 200%, and then we can watch how fast it'll go. Okay. And if I don't like that, then I can go edit, undo, and then I can undo that, and I can undo again, and I can undo the blade edit mode. And so we can go pause it right there. Now we can skim along to right here. And if we don't need to see this entire race right here, and this is the same 3 people, so I could, in theory, just like if you don't want to see the spectating race, I can do this. All right. And then I can skim along to the ending, which would be do 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 do. Doop 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 doop. And if I want that to kind of transition nice and easy into that, actually, it's undo that point right there. I'm going to show you something. Okay. We can do that. Okay. And then we can go into video effects. And I can do like a push. And I can zoom in on the video. Oh. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. We can move that along and we can put okay. Uh-oh. Okay, we may have screwed up a little bit right there. I apologize. It was not the right... Okay, yeah. So like we can cut this out right here. Okay. Alright, now if we did that right... Okay, okay, in this case we do not need to have a video transition. So I can actually get rid of that. There we go. So like we can cut out unnecessary parts. Like if we don't need to see that part, I can cut that out, or I can speed it up. 1 to 2. All right. Now if I wanted to make a montage, I basically just cut out chunks of the race, and then I can chop it up and then make it so it all cooks together. Throw in some transitions and whatever. And then once all that's done, then I would go to the deliver tab. And then I would go like XY and then XYZ title. Like in this case, it'd be like Mario Kart 8 Domination because this race right here, I could have lost this one, but I ended up winning it by a wide margin because someone fell off of this course. Obviously, they weren't familiar with it like I am. So, if you're still out there playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, my apologies, dude. I hope you're still playing. I hope you're still having fun. But that being said, that's basically how I work DaVinci Resolve. Now, if I wanted, I'll go into it anyway. Like if I wanted to do color, I won't do it in this video, but like I'll do. We're actually gonna get rid of this. Actually, no. Yeah, timeline. We'll do remove timeline. All right. Now this is gonna be quick and dirty. It's probably not the right way to do it, but I haven't really seen anything that makes it look like crap. And it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good when I watch it on my TV and in the living room and the one in the bedroom. So evidently, I must be doing something right as far as I can tell. So we're going to remove this clip right here. Okay, and now we're going to find our edited videos folder here. Okay, there should be a random one that has like a color bar included in it. No, I believe it's in raw footage. Let's see if okay, view extra large icons. There should be one that has no, there's not. Crap. Bear with me here, ladies and gentlemen. The one in the captain's log. If I've done color bars in the video in the middle of recording, it'll show up. So like working on it. Yeah, like this. And if it's done in 30 frames per second, and I have this set for 60, so if it's set for 30, it'll ask if I want to change the frame rate. And obviously, yes, I do. Because it won't come out properly if you want your frame rates and whatever to be identical to whatever you set. So, color tab. You see the color bar there. Alright. This is what I do. I don't do it in this one. I make a color correcting tab. And then I do this. I do this. Boom. And then that sets the temperature down a little bit, the tint up just a hair. Okay. Now, then I do this. That brings, that's the black level, so that brings that down just a little bit. Okay. All right, and net gain. This is the highs. This is the lows. All right. Offset. I don't mess with this at all. Now this next part, if I wanted to increase the color a little bit here, basically what I do here is either a where's of course it's not nearby where I need to, but like I'll have my blue filter glasses that came with my Spears of Muscle Second Edition Blu-ray, and then I would eyeball it with my eyes through the blue filters, and I would look at my laptop screen, and I would adjust the color down here, color boost, saturation. I'll bring this up, I'll bring this down, I'll bring this down, and move this a little bit. And then I would try to match these up. I mean, obviously, when it goes into the proper video, this will all change anyway. But I try to get this as matched up as I can. But for beginners, I strongly suggest against even messing with color management. Don't even fuck with it. In most cases, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you'll end up making your picture quality worse than what you had recorded. So my advice is, unless you're seasoned with color management, don't fuck with it at all. There is the option of auto balancing, but sometimes that can fuck things up too. So just in general, leave color management alone. So if you have any other questions, I can even make another part to this if I so need to, and I'll go into further depth on how I edit stuff. So like as a matter of fact, like actually no, that should just about suffice it. So from there, if there's no editing really needed, then the video just goes up as is. So we'll move to select the clip. We'll go into our folder again here. My apologies for kind of dragging this along, but hey, I'm trying to help you out best I can. So let's see what we got in here. I believe this was my update video for Tears of the Kingdom. This was before the leaks and stuff came out. By the way, I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff. We're going to get to Tears of the Kingdom when the game actually comes out, and I'll be waiting at least a couple. I'll have the stuff pre-recorded, but I'll be waiting at least a couple weeks or so before posting it, so that way, if there's some sort of embargo about uploading it on the same day that I'm not aware of, I don't want to get in trouble, because Nintendo honestly right now has to be pretty pissed off. I mean, I certainly won't blame them on what they are. Yeah, that's what they call my D drive. Yep, you're welcome. Because video games are getting quite large these days. Freaking Halo Master Chief Collection is like 100 some gigs, and Call of Duty takes up like 100 some gigs on my Series S, and oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't know what I mean. Okay, so yeah. Okay, this it? What is this one? That's a non-responsive. Okay, here's another example of what we're gonna do. This should bring it back to 60 frames per second. Okay. Now, due to YouTube's guidelines, I believe it's about 30 some seconds in, I swear. So so you hear me say fucking right there, all right? So like if you're sensitive to that kind of language right there, we'll go here. Okay, so this part right here. So like we can do like just like a little quick and dirty right here. That's not what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to go like this, and then I can select that particular part right there and go whoop, mute it. Now watch this. There you go. Like if I wanted to censor myself out, I can. And I can even insert like a bleep in there if I wanted to. I got downloads up for that on my download folder like that, so I can, if I really wanted to, I can censor myself out with like a beep. So that's one other thing you could. That's one of many things you can do with DaVinci Resolve. Don't ask me how to do Sony Vegas or Movie Maker or other things like that. I use DaVinci Resolve. I do not know how to use Sony Vegas or whatever it's called these days. I used to know how to use Movie Maker, but I honestly gave up on it because that program is a freaking piece of shit. English is hard sometimes, I tell you. So that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, this is actually just fine and dandy. This video is going to go up raw as is, so I'll be undoing that, undo that, undo that, undo that, and undo that. So like if I wanted to deliver this, I would title this something like Halo Infinite Social Skirmish Rant on Halo MCC or something shorter. And then for me, it would go to, where's my Halo things folder? I'd go into edit the videos and then it would go here, Halo things. And then I would go away from QuickTime because I don't use QuickTime. Encoder, leave this at auto. Codec, you want H2.64 or whatever. You don't want H2.65. That's basically a more efficient H2.64. But in general, H2.64, that's basically what a lot of things are recorded in that you want to be recording in. Network optimization, you want this on this. You want selected to whatever resolution you recorded your video in. So like if you recorded at 1080p or 4K, you will set it to that resolution and then whatever frame rate you recorded in, or if you want to cut the frame rate in half, actually you can't, never mind. And if you have marker chapters like markers, you select this and then you would select the color that you used. And then that'll make it so if people want to skip ahead in your video and don't want to watch the whole bloody thing, you can set a marker from one point of the video to another, and it'd be like dedicate like 30 seconds at the beginning to like the intro, and then the next chapter will be like from XYZ time to XYZ time, so like 31 seconds to, I don't know, like 2 minutes, and it'll be like, then you would title it this, and then it would show up on YouTube as what you set it as. So people can skim through that if they would like. If they want to go to a specific spot in the video, find it easier, then they can do that. In this case, I'm not going to do that because this is just one whole thing. And I'm automatic. I usually leave it on automatic. I sometimes restrict it, but for me, medium, high, or best are best. But if you set it this, the video file size will be rather high. It may go as, depending on how long it is, it may go as high as 60,000 to 70,000 kilobits per second. And that'll inflate your file size a good bit. So if you find that if you don't like your file sizes to be too high, you can experiment. And I won't recommend it setting to least or low unless you have a really low end machine or not that much storage on your machine. And don't mind sacrificing your video quality a little bit. So medium or high if you don't want really inflated video sizes, but best is generally best. So like I can go, let's go, I believe I have it kept on this log, let's see. Yeah, so like right here, I can go properties. This was rendered at best quality. This was about a little over 19 minutes. This video is already up on YouTube as of right now, but just under, for data rate, just under 40,000 kilobits per second, a little over 40,000 for a total bit rate, frame rate. Okay, and then encoding profile auto. A lot of this you want to leave on auto, except for this. Set to MP4 if you recorded in MKV, like I do. Encoding profile, and then data rate. I haven't really noticed difference, but I generally leave this on auto, and I leave this off. This you don't change. Don't change this. Don't change that. I don't know how much difference these make, but I use these 4 options right here. I don't use these or these because this puts more data on your hard drive. And then I would click render queue, and then it would go up here. And then if you wanted to render it, then you would click that, and then it will kick into rendering. And unless you're done editing and stuff, don't click render all unless you're absolutely sure you're going to be happy with the product and you're done editing. If you're satisfied and you're done editing, then click render all, and then it'll take. It depends on the settings they set for your video. It could take anywhere from, and it depends on the hardware in your computer too. Like if you have more than 16 gigs of RAM and you have a fast as fuck CPU and a good GPU that's capable of rendering high loads, it could take anywhere from like a minute all the way up to it could take as long as it wants. It really depends on the quality you set your stuff to. Like if you set it to 4K, it's gonna take a long time. But we're not gonna render this because this is going up raw. So that being said, I hope you found this usage of DaVinci Resolve, how I edit, etc. useful. If you did, definitely let me know in the comment section below. If not, also let me know. If it didn't really help, I can point you to other tutorial. I can point you to tutorial. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube on how to use DaVinci Resolve. If my particular method did not work for you, if it did not, I apologize. If it helped, great. Thumbs up. That being said, this is a Groundhog Gameplays. My voice is shot. I'm going to end the video off here. I will catch you all next time. Cheers.